I might change a few things. Pop that there. Ah, whoa, no, that's not it. My bad. That was a lot of fun. If you haven't followed Patrick on Twitch, absolutely do so. Just look up Patrick Rothfuss on Twitch. He does stream or has streamed. He does some really fun stuff on there. I've been a guest for a bunch of those things. He's active on Twitter, so give it a follow over on Twitter as well. If you are new here, a big hello. Hi, my name is Maude Garrett. I host a book club for the last 6, 7, 8. I started Geek Bomb's book club 8 years ago where Pat was a guest for one of my favorite series, Name of the Wind. And we had a 2-hour discussion about that bloody book and have been friends ever since. So that's our backstory. In that iteration, I was able to talk to basically anyone whose fantasy books that I'd read and have a one-on-one discussion with them about it. Actually, it was like a 5-on-1. I would have members of Geek Bomb. I would have fans connecting. And then that's sort of like the momentum of that stopped. Hello, Adam Vision. Hi, sweetie. I haven't spoken to you in ages. Garrett. I haven't spoken to you in ages and I don't like it. But that was 2014's iteration of Geek Bomb. 2016, I was hired by Nerdist to be a part of their book club, which we've done up until last month. After technically 6 years, but we did it for about 4.5, 5 years. It has stopped. And I've made the decision to turn Geek Bomb, which is a geek entity community to talk about playing, watching, reading. We're exclusively going to be Maude's book club as of next month. So I'm focusing purely on books. If that's your jam, give my channel a follow. We will be doing a book every single month. If you want to be a part of the tight-knit community, I think we can. You're right. Let's get back into Discord. If you are a part of the book chat, I'm going to open up into the conversation right now and bring you back in. Can we just test to see if it works? Say hi.
Hi.
It does. You're in the show. So this is what Geek Bomb book chat usually looks like. We get you in the Discord, we get you in a call, and instead of having the author on, we as a community will discuss the book. Disco Cobra, thank you so much for all the subs that you have been gifting. You did 10 about an hour ago to RevFunk 2001, Lars Harden, Gaia, darling, Gaia. Hidden Still, Sabbath, My Butt Itches. Fuck. God damn it. No, it's the name of it's the name. They subbed it to my God damn it. The Waco Kid, Clouds Dark, Jake Stickies, and Das 949. Yeah. Dude, you got worms. We welcome all bookworms though. And then just then you donated 5 more subs to Obsidious, Darth Vendigo, Sinister Kid, Nord the Barbarian, and Marta and Shislif. So thank you so much for all of those gifted subs, Disco Cobra. You mentioned earlier, I haven't been around, haven't caught the last few book clubs. Glad to be here. Thank you for your presence. If you do want to be a part of this book club, sign up. $5 gets you 4 hours each month of access to be a part of this online book club, to share in the conversations, to get access to talk about that book, have access to a chat stream. If you don't want to talk, we've got a place for people to comment so you can still be a part of the show. It's all about the interactivity. We'd love to have you there. We've basically got 2023's slate of books already sorted. KP Dub says $5. Can't even get a sub sandwich for that much. Exactly. It's absolutely nothing. We're trying to expand our numbers to be one of the best online sci-fi and fantasy book clubs out there. You just have to put up with me to do it. But the people in the club are freaking awesome. Shislip says, yeah, seems like a great deal. I'll likely sign up. Let's get that link for you. Amanda's done it. It's patreon.com/geekbomb. As of next year, it will be patreon.com/Maude Garrett or Maude's Book Club. That's January's problem. Tass, did we figure it out? I'm sure we did. She did, at least. It was wonderful to have Pat on the show. Patrick has such amazing insights, and my favorite thing that he says is, I'm about to tell a story, and I just get cozy and comfortable. It's really, really cool. I'm excited to announce, though, that a couple of the authors of the books that we've scheduled for 2023, the authors have already said that they're going to come on the show. I love being able to talk to authors about their books and their characters and to really get an understanding. But I also love to have a conversation without the authors so we can really have those conversations. KP Dubs, you said you weren't going to gift some subs, but here we are with Shisliff and Nick Swing 38 getting gifted a sub. If you got gifted a sub, make sure you say hi. You probably already have because you're very, very decent people here. Black Belt says, yes, I was hoping for that with the new focus on book club. Yes, we're going to go back to me talking and doing long form interviews with authors, as well as talking to you about these books every single month. Is the schedule public? Would love to know what's coming up. The new iteration of the Discord is going to have a public area for all that information and a private in-show chat as well. But yes. Chris says his rants are well thought through. Not that I always agree, but he puts his mind to it. Yes, and that's the best thing about perspective. He will even say, I'm not sure I agree with that, but let me tell you what I think about it. And I get to say, yeah, I get it, or no, that's not it. And it's fun. And it's non-judgmental. We got our lovely peeps in here. First question I got to ask, these books, series so far, book good? Avery, always starts with my A. What are you thinking about these ones? Book good?
Book good.
Book good. What you liking?
A lot of what we talked about, how relatable Murderbot is, how like it's so funny. Its reactions to things are just absolutely hilarious. And yeah, and the whole I'd rather be watching TV, like same.
Same. I love that. Tim, how are you liking the sci-fi part of this? What are you giving the books?
I'm actually enjoying these books. I think I said in the chat when Pat was on that, I really like how episodic these books are.
Yes, it's becoming a procedural.
It's literally like reading a TV show.
Yeah, yes.
So it's kind of cool, which I thought was funny since that's all Murderbot wants to do is watch TV.
Well, because it's such a novella. Like we have this with the Dresden Files, but it's able to really flesh out the world and go through like those 3 acts kind of thing, which is more like a movie. But here, because they're just, you can see this being like a 30-minute procedural. Yeah, I agree. I like it. Colleen, you're there. Hello, love. Are you there, Colleen? I'd love to know. Yes, there you are. What do you think of these ones?
Oh, I love these. I'm in the living room and I may just disturb the rest of my family if I.
Oh, you're okay.
Oh,
Aww.
okay. I guess I'm all right.
You got to tell them that you're hot. You're a hot commodity over here, Colleen. And now your whole family's just heard me make you laugh, so that's a win. And she's still doing it.
Yeah, but they don't know what I'm laughing about. I've got my my earphones on.
Doesn't matter. You're having a hella good time, and that's because of this book club.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll be cognizant of that with our further discussions. I'm glad that you liked them, though.
Oh, it was great. I love Murderbot. What a great character.
What a great character. I love this side of it all. Aaron, we haven't seen you in a hot minute. How are you going?
I'm doing good.
Read the first one, didn't get through the second one. We totally spoiled a lot of things for you, but how are you feeling about it?
It's fine. If there's some spoilers, I'm going to get to it anyway. I did enjoy the first one, though. I finished that yesterday. I really, really enjoyed it. My whole perspective on it was like imagining Alan Tudyk when he was playing I forget the character's name, but he was like the robot in Rogue One.
Yes.
So just like
K2SO.
that dry cadence,
K2SO.
deadpan wit. So that's how I kind of pictured Murderbot.
Yeah, having that actual bot thing. That's what threw me, where it's like harvested organic matter. I was like, what?
Yeah, when I got to that part, I was like, huh? He's a robot, but he's basically a Terminator. It's like, metal insides, organic outsides, but he actually has a, full personality to it, not just a,
And learning more about
robotics.
learning more about it.
I
keep talking over you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Learning more about its personality every single day. Learning about its personality now is going to get punished for existing, but yeah.
But I also imagine him like the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that just sort of like very
Alan.
depressed. Alan, yes. Alan Rickman's character.
Alan Rickman. Yeah, like if
Yeah.
Eeyore was a robot, a rotund
Pretty
robot.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And that's kind of like what Murderbot is, except he's like, I guess I have to do something. Otherwise, they're going to get, curious, like, why am I being lazy? It's like, I'm supposed to be the workhorse here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so weird how we all pictured it. Tim says Eeyore's the original emo. Yeah, I mean, did you not hear about that? They all identified some sort of like neurodivergent issue. So Tigger had ADHD, Piglet had a stutter, Eeyore had depression. What did Winnie the Pooh have? Addiction? Addiction. Shislif said that they've just joined. If you've just joined the Patreon, make sure you connect your Discord. You'll be introduced into the Discord and it will automatically assign you your new role. And with that new role, you'll have access to the reading channel and book club. So if you have done all that and you jump into our Discord, you can jump into the chat and say hi. We've done this before. We've literally done it where mid-show someone signed up and then been a part of the show. It's how I like to collect people. So yeah, Brad. Is Brad in here? Disappointing. No Brad today. That's all right. We do have a Kakahu, are you going to be chatting today or is it going to be writing?
I'm here.
Hey, how are you?
Doing all right.
Another one where it's been a little while. How are you finding this series?
I've actually listened to the first 4 books already. I did that over the summer and fall.
Oh, that's handy.
So I just figured I'd hop in here because I wasn't doing my normal Wednesday stuff for the next couple weeks.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Well, it's lovely to have you back in here. So you find book good?
I found it fine, about like a 3 out of 5. Nothing too special for me. Really get my attention the way really good books do.
It's not plucking at your heartstrings?
Yeah, not particularly.
Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I got distracted because Adam Visions just gifted a sub to Maude is cool. Why the hell is there a Twitch channel called Maude is cool and I don't have it? That's fine. Reward them for being cool. No, I'm joking. Thank you, Adam Vision. Appreciate that. Thank you, Kakahu, for being a part of the conversation. Game On Brad says, am I the Brad that you're speaking about? Hi, all. I don't even know. There's probably another Brad. I don't know. KP Dubs. Thank you for gifting those subs.
No problem.
Book good?
Book good. Book's good. I'll probably give both of them a 4 out of 5, and I also have that sentiment where they're kind of like a TV series almost, more like a mini series where you get like 4 in each episode as opposed to like a long-running TV series where there's a lot of fillers. At least so far. I mean, we're only at book 2. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I just had deja vu.
Humor is great.
I just had deja vu.
Oh.
You know how like it freaks you out a little bit?
Yeah,
I have to do something erratic to kind of break the deja vu. But like as you were saying that, I'm like, we have done this before, Ken.
Probably.
Like-
So yeah, and I loved art as well. Just the fact that that's the name that Murderbot came up with for art and what the letters stand for. But I love their interactions. So, yeah,
I
a lot of
didn't know.
fun.
I didn't know that's what it stood for art. Kate was the one who told me that. Oh, Fatal the Baptist says, hi, I found Maude from the convo with Adam Hlavik. Definitely going to check out this book on the list. Yay. Lovely to have you here. Thank you so much. It says new introduction. So yay. I just thought I'd give you a little attention for that one. Lisa, you loving Murderbot? Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Sorry, I'm having issues unmuting. Yeah, I loved them both. I gave them both 5 stars.
I saw
Like,
that.
just the most enjoyable reads and easy reads. I loved Murderbot. I loved art. And they are very episodic, and I think that's why they're just so easy to consume.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to reading more.
I'm in for this one as well. It did take me a little bit for the narrator to warm up. He did sound like a maths teacher. And it was a little bit hard to think that this Murderbot could be so sweet and lovely sounding. So that was a little bit hard for me. Kate, have you read this one before?
Oh, this is my first time.
And
I really liked both of them. I gave them both 5 stars.
what'd you like?
I started them both. Just the kind of easiness of reading. It was just something nice and simple. Like a really nice, character study for Murderbot. Art was my favorite character in the thing. So I loved Art so much.
What did you love about Art?
I don't know, just the way that it approached humanity in a different way than Murderbot did in how it was viewing everything, and I liked it was a little more sarcastic and kind of just like chill and calm. And
do you agree with Pat's assessment that Art has likely faced less trauma?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, definitely less trauma for, a pilot AI on a research vessel
who doesn't actually have a body.
A murder machine. Yeah, compared to a murder machine. So yeah, definitely less trauma. That's kind of like sometimes when you're someone with of chronic trauma, you need someone in your life who doesn't necessarily have trauma.
As like a balance or like a,
because you don't want to create an echo chamber for yourself, because that helps you just wallow, right? You need a different perspective in order to
find a new gauge.
Sometimes be able to pull yourself out.
I was going to say anchor.
Your own way.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes you just need someone to steer you in a slightly different direction. Someone who's,
or be persistent enough until you face the thing.
Yeah, but in a way, like, I don't feel like Art was like dismissive of Murderbot at all.
But he wasn't gentle either. It was somewhat self-serving.
No. Sometimes you can't have that. You need someone to call you on your bullshit.
Yeah. Is that why we're...
Maybe that's why we're friends.
There it is. Manda, have you read these ones before?
I have read these ones before. I actually got the recommendation from Pat Rothfuss on his stream.
Yeah, he loves it. He's a big fan. I know that we got you because you stumbled across me in one of our previous streams. So it's kind of lovely that I was able to bring him to you this time.
It's a very happy night for me to have 2 of my favorite streamers in the same place at the same time.
So did you read it again for this then?
I did.
I mean, it's just such an easy thing. It's honestly, it's like you don't have to convince me twice. 2.5 hours if I read it on like 1.8. Yeah, great. Let's go.
It is a pretty easy read. And although there's clearly trauma in the book, I don't feel like we experienced the trauma.
That's what he was saying. There's enough of a disconnect from it being like a mirror that we're able to enjoy and then step back and learn or relate.
And I don't have any experiences that are comparable to Murderbot, but the way it reacts to his experiences, I can relate to those reactions.
I get that. I just saw that KP Dub says we're going to tackle book 3 and 4. I was trying to lock Pat down again. We were going to do next week, but I'm going to be in Australia. And with the time difference and me traveling to 3 different states in not even 2 weeks and lugging around a giant computer, we've decided to push it back until January. And KP Dub's silver lining on that one is like, I'm so glad we're doing that. Now I can ask for books 3 and 4 for Christmas. So that's silver lining. We love that. Manda, have you read 3 and 4 then? Or have you read the whole series?
I've read the whole series.
Okay. And does it get better and better? Out of these 2, which was your favorite?
The first one is my favorite.
Yeah.
I would say the series is all worthwhile and you should keep reading, but that introduction to this character, finding out how Murderbot sees himself, it's just so delightful to experience that. And I don't think any of the other books have anything that can really top that, but I liked them all.
Oh, okay. I like that. And that was really beautifully spoiler free. So thank you for that as well. Jimmy, well, how'd you find this one?
Hey, so I'm gonna have to say something that's very interesting.
Okay.
This
I'll be
is
the
the
judge of
first
that.
book that I'm giving a 5 out of 5.
You've never
And
done
this
a
was-
5 before?
Nope.
You didn't
Never
do...
done a 5
Oh,
before.
because you did 4.75 for Project Hail Mary and I yelled at you.
Yep.
Wow,
But yeah, this is
we did
definitely-
it. It took us a year. We
Well,
got a
I'm-
5.
I'm just saying, like, Murderbot, much like the show Wednesday, I was watching the show Wednesday, and I was starting to think to myself, I was like, yeah, these are definitely things that I am, you know? And as a child, I always related to Data from Star Trek, where I always felt like I was the outsider, but I was learning.
Yep.
You know,
you
and all this-
observe. Yep.
Exactly. And it is very interesting, like Patrick was saying before, of how you're in one space and then you improve, you know, and you work on it. And, you know, I don't need to reiterate what he was saying, but it's just a well-written book. You know.
Got a 5.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad
all I
to
have to
hear
say.
that. No, that's so great because we got there. The fact that it was like the last book of the year as well and it snuck in with the 5. That's so good. Tamsu, I
Yeah.
recognize that you were in here, but you're at LAX. You're about to fly out of here. You are listening, but you can't read. Not read. You can read. My bad. You can't speak in the Discord. Oh, Tim's just like head and hands over that one. I put my foot in my mouth all the time.
Fancy being a book chat and not being able to read.
I mean, audio books. This is the thing about accessibility. I actually,
Fair.
when I was doing stuff on Clubhouse, because it was an audio format, I had a few members of that were blind that loved being a part of a book club because they could hear books now and actually be a part of a book club conversation. Sit on that. Vaden.
Yeah, Maude.
Hello. Oh, Kate, you're off to bed. You're exhausted. We have gone a little bit longer here. And I've got a bunch to do tonight. So I hear you on that one. Lovely to have you. We'll catch you in the new year.
I'm also an hour. I'm in Atlantic time, so it's 11:26 right now.
Get out of here.
I'm going to sleep.
Go to bed. Thank you for popping on by. Appreciate that. Have a great holiday. Sorry, Vaden. What are you thinking of this one?
I give it basically like a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoy the book. It's a good book, but it's not really my genre. And
You don't like sci-fi?
No, actually, I'm not a fan of sci-fi in general. Like Project Hail Mary is kind of
What
like an
is it
exception.
about? Okay, so I had this theory, and I'm like, no one's going to get this. No one's going to believe me. But I was like, there's something very, very similar to a robotic sec unit, a security unit, that I was like, I am somehow able to relate this. What is the fantasy version of this? And it was like a vampire, where it has that broody overprotectiveness with that sordid past that they don't want to talk about. And you kind of want to humans kind of want to relate or rescue them, even though they haven't deserved that because they're like inherently bad. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. Like it's like they're basically like a supernatural protector. Like
yeah, that you should be afraid of, but you want to cuddle.
yeah, and because of their personality or whatever, and their like reluctant love or empathy for the humans, regardless of despite all their flaws, they still help them.
Colleen says that was a good comparison. It was a bit of a stretch, but I was like, I could try to make that work somehow. But still, vampires is usually more of a modern contemporary fantasy. You like your sword and sorcery, don't you?
Yeah, like once I start going to like the high tech stuff, I'm just not into it. Fantasy. I mean, in terms
had
of the
to
books.
figure that out as well, and I think it was the fact that in fantasy, if you wanted to fuck someone up, you literally had to come at them. You had to charge them with a sword, or you had to use magic. And I think that there was something almost cheat code about futuristic technology, where it's like when nukes or rockets or like that high tech weaponry became a factor, that to me just was like, Does that?
I agree with you to some extent. Like, I definitely like I like fantasy in terms of not just because part of it also a lot has to do with settings. Like sci-fi is like you're in space. Space is cool and all, but like it's not as cool as like being in an interesting like an ice cavern or something, or like in a wilderness forest, or mountains like underground. Like there's so many cool settings in fantasy that don't generally happen in sci-fi, even though they could.
I've got to give pun points to KP Dubs. Pun. Well, how did we do that again? Pun points. Does that work? Yes. KP Dubs said Murderbot defeats his foes by hacking them. So it's like, come at me, bro. That's really good. That's really good. But that's everyone's thoughts on this. Sprinkles gave it a 5 out of 5, which is outstanding. That's the win that we've had tonight. Yes, I know we had Patrick Rothfuss on here, but that's the win if you really look at it. Stay tuned with this. We are hoping to get Pat back first week or two of January. Head over to the Discord. We will be posting. I reckon we should put it in announcements or general so we could all talk about it. Tass. Let's look at the tentative schedule for 2023 so everyone can get in the headset. It's all tentative. Things could happen. We just wanted to have a little bit of foresight into and forewarning into what we're delving into. Reading has a tag for Maude. Oh, you escaped it. I get it. Tamezoo's given this one 4.25 out of 5. Book 1 and 2 book 1 started book 2, casual and creative fun. All right, but book's good. There you go. We've all waited on it. Hi, book club. How are members? Hi, how are my 2023 members going?
Doing great.
Oh, thank God someone's talking. All right. Piling says Martha was one cool lady. Vaden says new light's great. Ember and Talia says, oh, good idea. I can theme my lights for book club night. Ooh. I've also changed how the chat looks, and it's so much harder to read everything. It's so much harder to kind of differentiate who's talking. So I need to fix that as well. Guys, book 3 and 4, we're in the doc. Some of the questions that were supposed to be for Martha, I wouldn't mind discussing them for us as well. But while we're here, let's go. Rogue Protocol and exit strategy. Rogue Protocol. Sci-Fi's favorite antisocial AI is again on a mission. The case against the too big to fail Grey Chris Corporation is floundering. And more importantly, authorities are beginning to ask more questions about where Dr. Mensa's sec unit is. And Murderbot would rather those questions went away for good. So that's Rogue Protocol. The themes, as Vaden has filled out in here, can you display what? Physical books. I'm trying to toast a post. That's what I gave up on. I'm trying. Look, I've book 3 and 4, copy, back here, paste. They're not showing up. They're not showing up. I will manually do it. Did you ask please? Did you say please? No, you didn't say please, so I'm not going to do it. Cool. That's how I work. If you do, then I will. But if you don't, I'm not going to do it. The themes are consequences of free will, having an emotion, and nature versus nurture. Vaden, do you want to take us through your first? I think you mean grab a book off the shelf and hold it up. No, I listened to it. I have it on audiobook. Vaden, your first thought. Murderbot trading media files to other robots as a sort of currency is hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just what it sounds like. Like Murderbot trades media to a bunch of different people, art to a lot of some of the bot pilots, like, and just like it says here, you take this and you basically you'll do what I want, and they accept it. It's just odd to me. Like
they accept it.
Yeah, it's not just that he's trying. It's like they actually like, oh, this is cool.
How do they not know that anyone can go online and download them though?
I had no idea. Like, yeah. I guess because they're just so like they're so used to. I guess it's kind of the same thing with they're just not used to doing things outside of their program. I guess so. When you get something that's outside of that they're normally not allowed to access, or at least not they're used to accessing, they don't
know that they can.
Yeah, it's just one of those freedoms that they don't realize they have, and he gives it to them essentially.
Toaster poster, the books. I did it whilst listening. Book big, book good. Hi, Disco Cobra. Just popping in to say howdy. Yeah, we are talking about the book. We just had the author of the book on for the first hour, Martha Wells. She's fantastic. What a wonderful woman to talk about cool things. We are talking about books 3 and 4. This is the book for December, the books. They're all novellas. They're easy, quick, great, fun reads. We learn about Murderbot. It being an it, that was always a big adjustment for me. When we first spoke about the books, we did a poll. Did you picture Murderbot as an it, a he, or a she? What were the results for that again? It was kind of even. It was like 60-40. 60-40, anyone? Can anyone remember the results? 2023 book club, be a member. Does anyone?
I thought it was an even split.
Okay.
I don't remember, but I thought it was a pretty even split.
Okay, KPW said the same thing. Can't remember, but was close to even. More people voted it. I don't remember, says Lisa. This is what happens when it's a month between them, I guess, huh? Vaden says, I thought it was like 60% it. I thought it. I was like the rest, him or her, and she and her. Got it. He, him, she, or her. KPW reminds us that was an entire year ago. True. It is January now. It's 2023. This is actually one of 2 different books that we've got. Our next book's going to be Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which was Goodreads' winning book for 2022. Going to be doing a giveaway if you don't have a copy. Giveaway will be for members only. So not only could you win a physical copy of the book if you're in the US, but you can also join the show and not talk. Really good money spent there, I think. Play the board. I can't follow the chat. I need to figure that out. Play the board says, I can just make something up like Chat GPT. We can just call it Chat PTB. Oh, that's so good, Play the board. That's a lot of fun. True Scorn says, ouch. Just like Murderbot, the longer you're with me, the sassier I will become. Shield mode does not need to be on, I don't think. Lisa says, I'm going to start tomorrow, this week. I already read it. That convo went to a lot of places last month, says Toaster Poster. Absolutely, the VOD is still available. 2 hours and 20 minutes talking with Patrick Rothfuss about Murderbot, what it's like being a sec unit. Humble brag. No shame for finishing the book. Disco Cobra, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Midnight 1509 got 1. Castle Douglas, Atlantean 2814, Mr. Cherry 2000, and Silver Stage. You all just got gifted a sub. Thanks to Disco Cobra. If you got one, make sure you say thank you in the comments. Clever Girls, hello, Clever Girl, said, in spite of the book referring to Murderbot as it, I was definitely influenced by the narrator. Yes, we're 100% in the same there. And Lisa says same. So it's kind of easy to assume that if you listen to the book, Murderbot was a he, just because it had a male narrator. A big shout out to all the members, though. A big hello to Tim, who's in here, Clever Girl, KP Dubs, Lisa. Chris is in here. Hello, Chris. PTB is in here. Thanks, Play the Board. Sprinkles is in here, and Vaden. Usually we do this. Now, it's hard because we're technically talking about books 3 and 4. So maybe we could do a series good, or if you want to individually rate them all, you absolutely can. I'll start off with Vaden, who's written all the notes out. I kind of asked you earlier, but do you want to rank or rate books 3 and 4 for me, mate?
Sure. I'll basically go with like around. Basically go for both books to be around 4 out of 5.
All right, both being a 4 out of 5. Jimmy, you said that it was only the last book that really kind of drew you in.
Yeah, like I was saying in the Discord, that 1 and 2 were very solid books. You know, it was like I said, 5 out of 5. But it seemed, like it kind of just like, for lack of a better term, you know, when you have like a clip show on like a popular TV show, that's what it felt like. It felt like clip shows. It was like, what is Murderbot doing this week? Blah, 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 tune out.
Martha, if you're still hanging around watching the stream, don't worry about Jimmy. He usually likes to be quite confrontational with his reviews. So continue, Jimmy.
I'm just being myself. I'm not trying to offend anybody. Obviously, hopefully Martha will know that. But yes, I did enjoy the books. Obviously, taking time to write a book is a big thing. You know, nothing to scoff at.
What's What's 3 and 4, Jimmy? What did you give 3 and 4?
Okay. You don't want me to talk now.
Nope.
So 3 out of 5 stars for 4, 3 and 4.
Hold on, one more time. What was book 3?
Book 3 and 4, I'm giving 3 out of 5 stars.
Both 3 and 4
I like
were
4
just
more than 3, but 3 out of 5 stars.
both are 3. All right, so it's 5, 5, 3, 3. Interesting. Cool. Thank you for that one. Play the board. What are we thinking about books 3 and 4?
I gave them both 5 stars. When I read them initially, I thought that the first one was my favorite, but now I think maybe the fourth one is my favorite.
Fourth one's my favorite as well. It just having Mensa back was just wonderful. Bringing the A-team. That was my Goodreads review. It's like the A-team are back together. I was really excited to see them all reunited. Chris, do you want to comment either in the show chat or in Twitch chat what your 3 and 4 reviews were for that one? You didn't finish in time. How have you been enjoying sort of all the spoilers and the conversation? Have you been enjoying them up until now? Let me know. Lisa, would you give 3 and 4?
I've given all 4 books 5 stars.
What do you love about it?
They're just everything. I love the characters. I love Murderbot. He's so sassy. And I don't know. I just love it. I love it.
I really do hope that if everyone loves Murderbot's sassiness, that mine is bearable, even though it's targeted.
Yeah, I think I don't remember who it was that recommended we did all 4 books together, but that was a good idea because I loved how kind of the 4th book kind of wrapped up the whole storyline between all 3 books before it. So
I think it was Pat. I think it was Pat who said that the first 4 are quite contained and will work really well and they're quick. So to do it in that way, I think. But you're right, I can't really recollect. Yeah, because 2022 was last year and ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to read out some of people's reviews. We've got Black Belt 23, books 1 to 3 were 3 out of 4, and book 4 was 4 out of... Oh, sorry, my bad. Books 1 to 3 were 3 out of 5 stars. Book 4 was 4 out of 5 stars. Adam says, setup, lighting, camera, Maude, all looking absolutely tip-top right now. I changed a light. I paid a friend who is like a tech set designer who came over and put a light up there, and then that was it. And it cost hundreds of dollars. I got mad about it today again. I moved it and I changed it and it looks 10 times better. So thank you for that. What did I learn? Just do it yourself. Just do it yourself. Nick, the heretic, first time chatter, says, g'day from Melbourne. I gave book 3 4 out of 5 and I gave book 4 5 out of 5. Nick, are you in the Discord now? If you are, say hi so I can figure out the name in the chat and the name in the Discord and pair them up. Be lovely to meet you. And if you're not in the Discord, we'll pop a link for you right now. We'd love to get you into the book club. One of us. Baden says, we love the sass. Fatal Flower says, I love this series. Book 1, 5 out of 5. Book 2, 4 out of 5. Book 3, 4 out of 5. And book 4, 5 out of 5. I feel like that's kind of the same for me. Oh, Vazen's just gifted a sub to Nick the Heretic. Oh, not in Discord, taking a break from work at the moment. What you doing for work? Lovely of you to swing on by. You are now a sub in the, not in life, just in the chat. You get new emotes. Thanks to Vaden, who's gifted you a sub. Wonderful. If you do ever want to swing by, please join. We'd love to have you. Fatal Flower, I actually think that yours are very similar to mine, your ratings. I think I gave all of them 5. Colleen gave all of them 5 out of 5. I just love Murderbot. STS says about the set, it looks beautiful. We've got new colors now. I got to change this. I don't know how yet, but I'll do it myself. How many pros does it take to change a light bulb? Piling. IT stuff that would be too boring to get into. Sounds good, Nick. Crafty Grandpa says, hi, Maude. Hi. I will be doing Crafty Grandpa impersonations. Hi, Maude, I've missed you. Just like that. If you chat in all caps, I get to decide what that sounds like. Okay, right. We've all kind of gone through it. Did anyone not give their... Ken, did you give me your ratings?
No, I didn't.
Let's go.
I don't remember what I gave the first two, but the more I'm reading this series, the more I'm liking all of them. So whatever I gave them before, I'm going to say at least a 4 out of 5. I think books 3 and 4 here are probably a 5 out of 5 for me. I'm really starting to like almost like the episodic aspect of it. It's like a short running TV miniseries or something. Having a lot of fun.
Isn't that a beautiful little theme? They sound like procedurals or serials, like the shows that he watches. Crafty Grandpa says, oh my god, it's the same voice you gave me last time. I love you. Consistent over here. Tim, did you give me your ratings?
I did not. I don't remember what I gave the first two, but 3 and 4 are probably slightly higher. I think they were 4.5.
I will say
So-
that's why it's very important to have a Goodreads. You can tally all of that. Oh, I forgot that we were live on TikTok.
But yeah, I thought I want to go back and read books 1 and 2 again, because I feel like as 3 and 4 went on, I started to get more insight into Murderbot, and so I want to go back and read the first 2 with that in mind.
I will say,
and I'm going to get the rest of the series and read those as well.
Oh, I think I'm going to as well. They're just so great. It's just like, I actually wouldn't mind seeing how different it is reading it, not having the bias of the male narrator in my ear as well. The first 3/4 of the All Systems Red, I think once I finished it and I listened to it the second time, it was a completely different book. There was just stuff I missed. And I'm noticing with this narrator, I find it really easy to kind of just miss a few sentences at a time. And so I want to be able to just focus on that. Actually, good news for all the book club picks that we've got. I've actually got a book list that you can buy all the upcoming books, the past books that we've done for book club, and all of my recommendations. So I put like all my books in one little spot. Amanda, do we have is it Book Recs? What's the link for that one? There's like, we've got a new Nightbot command. Recommendations. Yeah, that's one of them. Jimmy says reading books is certainly a different experience. KP Dub says, yes, I feel the same about the first books. Vaden says, with how Murderbot takes video of its heroics and edits it to show others, I'm sure it can create its own popular show. Well, that's actually where we left things off with Exit Strategy. There is the suggestion that Murderbot should put forth and make a documentary about being a rogue sec unit and kind of debunking the myth that it's indentured or that it's, been automated to not have its own free thought and capacity. And so basically the Viva la Revolution for sec units and combat units, even though the conversation that he had with that combat unit, they can call it Rogue One. Well done, Vaden. Where's a pun? Where's a pun emote? Also, for the anyone who's got access to feedback, which are the Patreon backers, any emotes that you want for the new book club show or for streaming, get your ideas in. What do you think we could use for this channel? What emotes could be fun? We'll make them happen. More KP. Yep, we always need more KP. And there's club books. Club books instead of book club. B-Rock Vandal says, I read books 1 and 4 and listened to 2 and 3. I enjoyed the books I read much more than the ones I listened to. Well, it sounds like I'm going to be buying all the books. I was thinking about building another bookcase behind me here because this one's pretty much like already chockers. I guess I could take older books out from this one and replace them with newer books. Oh, there's a series I bought like 5 years ago and never read. Story of my life. KP Killer Puns. You could do a book bash emote. Only one person in the chat's going to use it, Jimmy. Oh, because book club's that. Yeah, that makes sense.
What does that mean?
What?
I'm not that mean. I'm just being honest. That's all.
Yes, you are. Your honest opinion is very honest. And could use the book bash emote. Yeah, there's a difference between negative and mean. Absolutely. A bookworm emote would be really cool, says Black Belt 23. Ooh, a book dragon? A book dragon? Is that when I drag on a little bit? We need a lack of shelf control. Damn it. Tim, you've been hanging out with KP Dubs too long. We need a lack of shelf control. That's really good. Can we put that on the merch ideas, Amanda, Tass? Lack of shelf control is really good. Tim?
If you do, be careful, because I actually saw it on a tote bag that I bought as a Christmas present for somebody.
Oh, no, we'll take it.
I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. I'm just saying.
We'll find out, and then we'll mortify it.
There you go, mortify it. I like it.
Pun. Black Belt says that would be my most used emote. I have a t-shirt with that on it. All right, so the merch is already out there. We'll just make a purple and blue version of it. Lovely. What do we got in the notes? I just realized I've been on TikTok this whole time as well. Good. All right, so we're talking about book number 3. Anyone have thoughts? Vaden's note says, Murderbot mentions that a large part of its job as a sec unit is to record everything said and done by its clients. This is later data mined and analyzed to sell for information by the corporation, and what I would guess includes the use of blackmail for the especially sensitive data. This is somewhat similar to our world as it is now, except that it may actually be more pervasive with the common use of social media and with some of the more authoritarian countries. That is something that was really scary about the future. Anything that you do or say in public is being recorded and data mined. And whether that data is being sold for marketing or used for blackmail, it makes sense why no one would ever want to leave the house later. What is everyone's members? What are your opinions about privacy? About being in a public space means absolutely having zero privacy and everything being recorded or monitored or exploited or sold. Who's got thoughts on that? Colleen?
Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point, privacy is largely an illusion.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that we have privacy, but, except in very rare circumstances in our own home, like when all our tech is off, I think that's the only time we can be reasonably comfortable with privacy.
Yeah. Knowing that every single time you're out in public, everyone has a phone that has recording on it. So any single time you're on public transport, if you have an issue with someone, if you're having a bad day, if a fight breaks out, people record it and upload it. I think we've already kind of said goodbye to privacy. There is zero decorum around what people do with their phones and what they record and what they upload. There's no such thing as getting permission or needing permission anymore. I think that's especially hard for celebrities who have children, and the images of their children are being exploited. That's always a bit awful. Lisa says Big Brother is watching, and so is everyone else. That's the thing. We all have the capacity to do that now. True Scorn says, I enjoy for the most part anonymity of the internet. The anonymity.
If I may interject.
Yes, Jimmy.
Well, I would think that privacy is very similar to the movie The Truman Show with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Where the only way that you can have privacy is in your mind. Like if you don't say anything or don't go anywhere, kind of things. Like he says in the movie, you never had a camera in my head.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel, because generally, as a person that doesn't like social media and never been a fan of social media, I always, don't feel motivated enough to put stuff on there because I don't feel the need like these people need to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just my point of view.
No, I get it. The thing about the Truman Show, which sucked though, is that he was a big part of, he was being completely exploited and there was no consent. He wasn't aware. He was, put in a position that he had zero control. Yeah, that was kind of gross, knowing that they were just exploiting this one person's life completely. And the exciting part about the show was that he just didn't know. I think for us, it's like we are aware and we do know. I was always like, if you're a friend of mine and we're all going out, don't record it and publish it. Like some people just want to share everything. I don't. Like I have, that time is just for the people there. It's not to be like, why can't we just do things for us? Why does it have to be opened up to the world sometimes? I will say though, please stop recording your concerts. The sound quality is it's never as good as what you think when you're in the concert. I swear one person's like got 27 videos and it's like, it's not like I was there. It just sounds like, I'm like, I don't know what that song is. I don't know who the band is. I can't see them. Fucking enjoy the concert. You're never going to look at them back. You're never going to be like, oh, that's right. I was at this concert. Now I can hear it. That's all of concerts now is just this. And it's like, it doesn't need to be. That's like my one gripe. Unless they're like, turn the flash on and it's like instead of the lighter it's your phone. I get those moments, but yeah, we're no longer in the moment. Thank you, Catch 22. What if you bring professional recording equipment? Well, then you better be getting paid to record it that way. Everybody's a cinematographer. Blackfelt says, I highly recommend the book Circle. It touches on the privacy related around social media. There was a mediocre movie with Emma Watson made, but the book was better. B-Rock Vandal says, lol, I have some of my concert videos on YouTube and I rewatch them frequently. Okay. Shut up, Maude. You don't know what you're talking about, Maude. What was the concert? Link us. I record a cool part of concerts, usually a few seconds, says Jimmy. Colleen says, you can tell with the targeted ads. And if my sister looks something up, it shows up eventually on my computer because we're on the same network. The amount of times where you like have a conversation and you'll say something where it's like, did you hear that Cindy's having a baby? And then all of a sudden it's like, bing, you need to buy a baby present. You need to buy all these things for having a baby. And you're like, what? Yeah, those are a little bit unnerving. There you go. So privacy, yeah, it's non-existent. It's scary. And now they're literally going to install microphones to analyze. This person said this at this time. Would you like to buy it? It's like, do I want to have kids and bring kids into this? Like, that's scary because it's only going to get worse, isn't it? Oh, what does it look like if the pendulum swings so far the other way? No one ever leaves their house. What's Neuralink, Tim?
Neuralink is that thing that Elon Musk was working on where they implant a chip in your brain and you can like have all of your music collection in your head or videos or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, hard pass. Nope, I'm good. I have no need to have something in my brain that can be hacked and send me ads whenever.
That was what was really interesting about any augmented human was like hacked and then rendered useless. So it's like, what's the use of kind of having these upgrades if they can be completely used against you? I asked what it looks like if the pendulum swings the other way. And Adam Vision says, it looks like me. Adam, when was the last time you left your apartment? We'll find out. More on this in 5. STS says, I picture a tech rebellion in the future one day. Ooh. Emmett, first time chatter. A big hello. Wish I was able to have more control over it like Murderbot, though. Unfortunately, can't hack everything at will. Yeah, that was just like, I just shut down everything. And you're like, oh, wow. Impressive. B-Rock Vandal says, 10-minute Tool song. I only ever record one song, and it's really not that many. Sorry if you felt shamed by me and my opinion in that thing. I think I just had a few too many concerts ruined because someone's phone was recording it in front of me. Play the Board says, what is the pendulum swinging the other way? Looks like 2020. Looks like everyone being in lockdown. LimeWire in your head. KP Dubs says it's winter in Canada. Where's he going to go? Fair enough, KP Dubs. Fair enough. Pylang says airplane mode, y'all. Works wonders. Chris says Sony has a copyright on system. When an ad comes on, you have to say or / yell the brand's name to make the ad go away. Mr. Trixie says, can you shout me out right now on stream? No. I can't. Next, as per the consequences of free will, the theme. The beginning of the book shows that humans can put themselves in a somewhat similar situation as bots. Errors and the other labor workers contract themselves out for 20 years in a likely terrible deal they choose due to lack of options. Even for humans, they generally don't have anything close to full freedom. Consequences of free will. That's an interesting one. Adventure Annalisa, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my book club. We're talking about the Murderbot Diaries. We just had the author, Martha Wells, on to chat about the book, and now the community is, including book club members. Say hi, members.
Hello.
That's one did.
Hi, members.
Hi, members.
Hello.
Tom.
I
Yay! You did it! We're getting better at that. Also, Eager Tiger followed 23 minutes ago. Sorry if I missed you in the moment, but thank you so much for the follow. Who have we got? Oh, we've got TikTok watching as well. A big hello to Kevin C. Have you read the Lycanius trilogy? I've heard about the Lycanius trilogy so many times recently. Sounds like I got to get involved. And Ben says, Maude. Sonoransom says, Sonoransom says, hey, Maude. Hi, everyone. Welcome. If you're joining, we do have a Discord. We're on Twitch. Come on by. Give us a follow. Great to have you. We kind of touched upon it with Martha in our conversation about the beginning of book 3 with the indentured people doing literally selling themselves for hard labor. It just made me really kind of think about the classism. And Martha spoke about it where it's like, if you don't really know the rest of the world, if you're born into it, if you become property to a corporation, oh, that's going to be really, really sad. And again, more uprising, more fights for equality. Let's talk about Mickey. Way earlier, someone says Mickey was the best part of book 3. We do love Mickey. Mickey, the supposedly a bit of an airbot gigglehead who just loves people. What are people's thoughts on Mickey? Lisa, you said that you absolutely loved Mickey. I would love to hear your thoughts.
He was just so innocent and, trusting of everybody. I just wanted to protect him.
Yeah. Now, Mickey kind of came across like a woman when I was listening to the audiobook. Did you have the same thing? Tim says yes, nodding vigorously.
I don't know if I really, I think because I'm trying to not picture Murderbot as a he. I'm trying to not picture any of the bots as gendered. So I don't think I was really picturing anything.
And Mickey's quite an ambiguously gendered name as well, so. Clever Girl says, seems like a little girl. Why do you think that, Colleen?
I think just the innocence, and even kind of the way it talked, just reminded me of like a very young girl.
Yeah, hi, I want to be your friend. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And just assuming the best of everyone, because you know, with the real little ones, a lot of times they'll just run up and say hi to everyone unless you teach them different.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I think, Lisa, we just had that must protect at all costs, because there is an absolute childlike innocence, which is what Jimmy just said. Vaden says Mickey was referred to as it, just like Murderbot. It did seem childlike, though. Play the Board says Mickey reminds me of a puppy. B-Rock Vandal says Mickey was a pet bot, correct? And I think that was the difference, because we'd heard from Murderbot that it never wanted to be a pet, but then saw Mickey and was just like, oh my gosh, you're so out of control of your own independence in a way. It's like you're just buddies with your owner and you are its pet, and, you know, basically you're okay acting like a good little girl. It kind of felt like that dynamic. But then the layers kind of strip back a little bit and you understand and recognize the relationship between Mickey and character name. It sounded different when it was in the narration. Donna Bean. I thought it was Donna Bean, not Don a Bean. But it's that thing where it's never going to just be Don on its own. So it has to be first and last name together. Donna Bean. But treats Mickey as an equal and a friend. We again are recognizing leadership qualities in this system. Dr. Mensah, leader, fights for equality with bots, treats them equally. The same thing going with Donna Bean here. It's like built a really respectful relationship. Is that going to be the case with everyone? Absolutely not. Someone's like, I'm in charge of you. You do what I say, and I will shut you down and scrap you for parts if you don't do it. And I think that that's what we initially discovered with All Systems Red. Murderbot was living through fear. I don't want to be caught. I will be reduced to scraps. I have to do what I'm told. Cash22 says, I knew Mickey was going to die right away. I found myself just kind of waiting to find out how. What was the tip? Is it because Mickey was so nice, Tim?
Yeah, I struggle with that, but
yeah.
Mickey was just too innocent to live. Like, I remember thinking that as I was like reading this character. I was like, there's no way this character can stay alive at the end of this book.
Oh, Colleen, that's
like,
a really... Oh, sorry.
I knew it was going to happen, and I was just trying to figure out how.
It was a when, not an if.
Yeah.
Colleen, that was a really interesting comment. Do you want to expand on that?
Well, Murderbot's whole life has been one of violence and having no control. You know, until it removed its governor module, it had no say in its life whatsoever. It learned to be suspicious because, well, for one thing, I think tactically it would have to be suspicious to anticipate danger or enemy movements. And so seeing that in Mickey would immediately seem like a fault, a failing.
Yeah.
Because Mickey has no sense of self-preservation because Mickey's never had to.
Yeah, and they're different types of units. And so Mickey had a lot more safety instead of like being sent out to protect or to make sure no one dies, you know? It's a whole different programming.
And the way sec units were taught to fight was basically they just had to throw themselves at each other and go at it until one of them was dead.
Yeah. I like he had to win. Sorry, I'm so distracted. Brad Trax just says, "Hi Maude, I'm just dipping in and out." When Murderbot thought something like, "Oh yeah, I have complex emotions and I don't know how to handle them," I'm pretty sure that was the author staring into my soul. If she keeps doing that, can she help me pick out drapes? Very funny. Very funny. Thank you, Colleen. No, I really like the massive differences between both of those bots. Same, but very different. Emmett says it's interesting to see the evolution from a disgust to a possible yearning of the relationship in the matter of a book. Yeah. And I think that by the end, seeing the relationship between Mickey and Donna Bean definitely encourages and solidifies that Murderbot's going to go back to Mensa. I mean, that's already the path that it was taking, but now it's found absolute purpose and a longing. Yeah. Good comment, Emmett. KP Dub says it begs the question, how much of our lives, our personalities, is born and how much is the product of our environment and our experiences? You are hitting nature versus nurture on the head right there. I was listening to a book recently that basically said that genealogists, people that study genes, what are they called? Gene as in Gene, said that any trait a person has can basically been proven to come from genetics. Has that question ever been completely answered? No. How do you even do a case study of that? Lisa said, I just said same and heard it in Rocky's voice. Same. Geneticist. That sounds so much better than a genealogist. Genealogy. No. Denymists. Piling. Very funny. Geneticists. Yes. So anything, any trait that you have, and it comes down to habits, the habits that you form and how you gravitate, what's easy for you, what's difficult for you, that it can all be filtered down into your genes. Very interesting stuff. By the way, if you haven't read Atomic Habits, bloody do it. It's a short book, but it'll set you up for the year mentally. Okay, next in the notes. Any other comments about genes, Mickey? Good. Yes.
A quick comment about genetics. I had my tests done and everything. Which, by the way, I've got another family member going, nope, don't do it. They'll track down the rest.
They'll own your DNA. They'll sell your DNA. Yep.
But when I get these, they keep coming up with new traits that, you seem to have this trait. And what it appears to be is that they take all these people that show that trait and compare the genetic makeup to it, and then basically just say something like, well, odds are this is an indication. Most people with this trait are like that. Because, yeah, I mean, that's what I've seen with the results that I've been getting.
Okay.
So I don't know how you can definitively say this gene is this or this gene is that. As far as personality traits go, I mean, there are some genes that definitely are one thing or another, but there's a lot of it that I think at this point is still kind of, well, the average suggests this.
Okay. I mean, the more data that they have for that, the more they'll be able to at least find like a likeliness of it being similar. You are a 71% chance of being like, yeah. A couple of things just happened just now. David Blue stopped on by and said, the Murderbot Diaries is what I call weekends. Hi, David Blue. Lovely to have you. We'll give a shout out to Hugh. Luscious Lou popped by as well, saying hello. DNA NDA. DNA NDA. That's very, very funny. Lisa says, I did 23andMe and Ancestry. No shock. I'm super white. Same. I think I'm like Scottish and German, I think. I haven't done it though. Nick the Heretic says, I think the push-pull with the sec unit and Mickey was that Mickey was treated as a person by its owners, and which the sec unit missed. But Mickey was not treated as an equal partner, which is what frustrated sec unit. Thank you, Nick. Yes, treated as a person, but still had a hierarchical kind of nature. Toaster Poster says, Murderbot is a jaded survivalist, and it feels like these stories are Murderbot's journey away from this default setting that Murderbot has. Good observation as well. Fane says, when it comes to genes, we basically do that with breeding animals to have certain traits. So I'm sure we can do it with humans. There'll be a time where it's like you can program and just click a few buttons where you're like, I'd like to give birth. Here's my egg. That's my partner's sperm. Or not even partner. This is whatever. I would like a boy who is smart and 6'3" and athletic and has brains. Here is money. And they'll be like, boop, boop, boop. Here's your baby. Money. STS says science is still figuring itself out and contradicting its prior findings so often. KP Dub says to do a real study would be hard. You'd need to separate and then follow identical twins as they grow up in different environments. They've done that. I think they've done that. Piling says, I'm good with knowing that I'm just human. The STS says, so the super rich will just pay to create a race of super soldier children. Great. Yeah. Fanilia, thank you so much for the follow just now. First time chatter says, just like the McDonald's self-order kiosk. Baby, well done, please. Pretty much. Pretty much. As long as you got the money, they'll make it happen. Amazon delivered baby, the new stalk. Oh, God. Oh, Random's just come in saying, thank you, Big Beard Paul, for the sub. Yay. I had, oh, that's right. You had your dog's genetic profile. Harley. You figured out what Harley is. And it came up, do-do-do-do, shy. But Mensa even said that. She's like, I noticed that you were helping people. And he's like, yeah, but I'm programmed to do it. And she's like, yeah, but you're not programmed to watch serials. And he's like, fuck. You're right. These beautiful moments. Nick the Heretic says, Gattaca is a really good movie that talks about custom genetics. It still makes me think when I rewatch it. Oh, I've not seen Gattaca. Laylane's just followed. A big hello to you. Welcome. It's book club. We're talking about books 3 and 4 of the Murderbot series by Martha Wells. In the first hour of this stream, we had Martha drop on by to talk about the books. So it will be available in the VOD and we'll keep them separate. We'll do first half with Martha in a highlight and then the second half with the community. We'll just cut out the fact that I couldn't get my video to work for like 7 minutes. We'll just leave that completely. Book 4 was the best. I think it's easy to say that book 4 was the best because it brought the A-team back together. Why does everyone else think that book 4 was the best? Who hasn't said anything in a while? Ken, great, let's go.
I like book 4 the best because at the end, Murderbot basically goes home.
Yeah.
He's never had that before. And so that really got me in.
He had a home. There's this beautiful part in the end of book 4 as well, where it's like when I came in, the last thing, like a sec unit is not allowed to sit down. So the first thing I did when I strolled into that room, I sat down. And he's like, no one even noticed, but it was an act of rebellion and this like act of sort of like transition. What was it like seeing this version of I'm going to take down this combat unit and I'm going to F shit up? Jimmy. Oh no, play the board. We haven't heard from you. Amanda, you there? Do you want to chat?
So I have to confess 2 things. One was that I was having a hard time unmuting, and it was me who accidentally unmuted with the stream still playing because You have people in your life who will not let you cry alone. I will not let you have technical difficulties alone.
Thank you. Thank you. Good.
And can you just repeat the question for me?
Absolutely. Oh, you're so sweet. Give me a second. The question was, I don't know. The question was, you're really sweet. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Okay, I want to craft a nice answer, but the question was something about what was it like to watch him.
Yes, go Hulk
go
out.
back to being a Murderbot.
Yeah, go full Hulk out and be like, there's a combat unit. I'm not going to save myself. I'm going to just die trying to kill this thing because I have to win. It kind of zeroed in on an objective that was quite dangerous.
I think Murderbot knows what it is good at, but doesn't like when somebody else gets to tell it to do it. And watching Murderbot being able to decide to use those skills for something that mattered to it was perfect. I was happy for him. Or it, that's still hard for me because I am an audiobook listener.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of like it becoming its own person, the fulfillment of, yes, this is a capability I have, but only I decide when I use it.
Cool. Well, I'll tell you what's been decided. Anytime I'm going to get an input from someone, Amanda, buckle up. That was a great response. Perfect answer. You've earned yourself. It's like the Colleen status. Who's got an opinion? She's like, here's my 10 out of 10. Well thought out. Beautiful. Sorry, I don't mean to give you a gold star as well, Colleen, but it's always lovely to hear your perspectives on everyone's perspectives. Everyone's this month. It's dry January. Vaden, you crushed it with the document. Your thoughts are absolutely fantastic in this, and you've helped me with the show. Thank you, Vaden. Tim, I get to see you rolling your eyes at me when I say dumb shit. Thank you.
Fair. I'll strive to keep doing that.
Jimmy, you and I have gloves on. Actually, I have gloves on. You just happen to be in the ring. That's how that goes. Chris, you show up every time if you haven't read the book. I appreciate that. Lisa, couldn't do this without you. Couldn't do this without you. Ken, you're the funniest fucker in here. You're better at puns than me. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. I said it though. I said it. TAS MVP. Every week. Okay, good. All right, great. Lisa, every time we start the show, I wonder what you're cooking for dinner. Makes me hungry. All right, now that I've kind of spread the love a little bit better. Hi, by the way, if you want to be a book club member, it's $5. You get to join the show. You actually get to be in the Discord and talk it out with me as we discuss the books each week. Meatballs tonight? That sounds good. Also on TikTok, hi to everyone who's dropping on by and saying hello over there. Appreciate you guys. Compliments are boss. I just love talking books with people. Have me just because you usually have 2 hours to talk about it, and there's 2 books, and we spoke about Rogue Protocol, but we haven't really gotten into exit strategy as much. Oh, I love this. As per the human gaze / touch theme, Murderbot dislikes looking at humans being looked at and touching them in any way. Over the course of the series, it has found that it didn't mind Tapan laying on the bed next to it in the 2nd book, Donna Bean leaning on it in the 3rd book, and finally, it even offered to be hugged by Dr. Mensah to comfort her. It was an offer. I think it was something that it wanted as well, because it had missed Mensah. But when it saw Mensah distressed, it offered itself to hug, and Mensah acknowledging that it does not usually like that. It was a huge gesture. And then when it was getting a hug, was like, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. It was a really, really beautiful moment. I'm glad you read that. You wrote that in the document. KP Dub says, I made loaded bacon cheddar potato skins. They were so king good. That sounds yummy. Where did I used to go that had that? And I was just like, oh, a sports bar here. They were called Irish nachos, but it's like they use baked potato skins instead of nacho chips. It's about 4 days of calories, but great for hangovers. Yes, Tim?
Did you just admit to going to a sports bar?
Yeah, because they have karaoke Sundays and Wednesdays.
Oh, that's terrible.
I counted there was something like 48 screens in that place. It was a nice cold beer and the food. Irish nachos.
I'm just shocked that you went to a sports bar. That's all.
It's Barney's Beanery, though. It's Barney's Beanery. I was a local for the karaoke. Emberent Aaliyah says, so much fun Murderbot commentary, like the little quip comparison of the number of towels, available hooks. I loved that. And the expected occupancy in a room. It's like, why would you have, what was it? Like, why would you have all of these? No. It was like no towels, or all the towels with one hook. It was very, very funny. Savarelli, first time chatter, pops in a little alien emote. Silver Stage says Disco Cobra, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Sorry, I was lurking while I was in a work meeting. Yay, shout out to people who lurk. B-Rock Vanel says, what's your karaoke song? Back then it was Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart. It's since evolved. Oh, that's right. Alison Hayslip spilled the beans on the AMP show. Yeah. Lurkers be lurking. That was a really sweet moment. As per the other theme, Murderbot is a unique being that does not fit neatly into society due to being a rogue sect unit. There's currently no place for it without Murderbot having to lie about its existence. This could be considered a parallel to many people in our world who are likewise alienated from their cultures or families due to their mental or physical differences. I would also say illegal immigrants. I think that's like, you know, let them integrate into the community. But I think it's so funny that they're doing their best to sort of like be a part of the community. They probably have a family, probably got their own business, but this whole America's like, where are your documents? We're going to pull you out, remove you from your family. That's kind of what I felt and associated. Oh yeah, it was What's Up by 4 Non-Blondes. That's right. That was another one. God damn it, Tim. Tequila. 4 minutes. Anyway, song 2 by Blur is fun and short, and Lisa just goes, woo! Alrighty. We've got the plot down. Some of the quotes. Murderbot says, how humans decide what to do with their arms on a second-by-second basis, I still have no idea. Thanks to Colleen for noting that in her review. It just makes you think, huh? Like, if you're not used to just natural movements and you have to constantly analyze everything that you're doing. I just pictured it. I was walking around the neighborhood with my dog and I just pictured it like trying to figure that one out. Yeah, I bet, Colleen. I bet. Arms. Oh, that is always a struggle for some of us. Arms. Murderbot. Disinformation, which is the same as lying, but for some reason has a different name. Oh, beautiful quote. Is a top tactic in corporate negotiation / warfare. Yeah. I thought that was a great quote. Garathan. I'm going to mark your cognition level at 55%. Fuck you. Make that 60%. I laughed out loud during that quote. That was a good one. What else have we got? Oh, so many great quotes. Murderbot. In the shows, I saw humans comfort each other all the time at moments like this. I'd never wanted that, and I still don't. But I was the only one here, so I braced myself and I made the ultimate sacrifice. You can hug me if you need to. So sweet. Murderbot. I don't want to be human, Dr. Mensa. That's not an attitude a lot of humans are going to understand. We tend to think that because a bot or a construct looks human, its ultimate goal would to become human. Murderbot. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Murderbot. The company is like an evil vending machine. You put money in and it does what you want, unless somebody else puts more money in and tells it to stop. Murderbot. I guess you could pay off the management to let you bring in a sec unit and weapons to do a hostage exchange, but they drew the line at giving you free feed access. Ooh. There are a bunch of questions here that Vaden has surmised. Vaden, do you have a favorite that we can tackle?
Sorry, let me see. Yeah, there's a lot. I think we went over kind of a lot of them already.
Yeah.
With the other stuff, so I guess I'm just curious about like how she portrayed like some of the other minorities, like specifically like with Murderbot itself being Airways and
oh yeah,
all the relationships in the series that are polyamorous, like Mensa's and Maude, there's a bunch of them. It's just, I guess, and I don't know if it's just common in the universe or just the characters we saw, but yeah, it was very interesting that the way she portrayed him.
So your full question that you'd written, aromantic and or asexual characters aren't seen much in media. When they do exist, their perspective on relationships are typically unexplained or almost always reduced to a binary, despite there being a wide spectrum of their thoughts on the matter. Murderbot stands out as someone who is Aero race and still clearly still sometimes has positive, if reluctant, feelings on humans, even if they may be platonic and probably more complex than it initially thinks. Why did you choose to explore this topic with Murderbot? I remember Avery, who is someone in our community that does identify as asexual, said that usually there is such a trope of only really having a robot, like asexual being robotic in nature, so it having that sort of being reduced to a binary response, which I thought was really, really interesting. Again, it's like that's interesting that like a bot is like, great, you're a bot, asexual, because that's an easy thing to kind of align. When you're right, we all had an amazing conversation trying to learn about that perspective, and we were lucky enough to have someone who was able to share their perspective on the matter. I guess I want to open that up if anyone else can relate to a romantic or asexuality in any particular way. Now that we're 4 books in, what the difference is like now that we're learning and understanding about Murderbot a little bit more, because they're using media to learn about human connection and human relationships, but at a fundamental level, because it is not human, it doesn't desire that human connection, even though that is very much the case for a lot of people, but it's not the case for all people. Some people were literally born to not have that desire for physical connection, and instead have more of a want and need for an emotional connection. We have someone else in our group who is aromantic, does not want to have an emotional connection, does not want to spend that time getting to know someone, but it's okay having a physical relationship. Again, we were talking with Martha about there's such a deep spectrum with all of this. I just want to know if anyone else has seen or wants to comment on the evolution of learning about Murderbot's aromantic or asexuality in the book.
Oh, I would like to comment on that.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
So one of the things that, as I told you before, is I was very relative to Murderbot was his curiosity to learn more about humans and to understand more.
Yeah.
Because when I was a child, I was very sheltered. I was very in a nut or whatever you want to call it. And as I wanted to connect with other children. I wanted to connect with other people. So I would consume. How to talk to people, I would watch videos on how to talk, like how to interact, how to communicate and all these other things similar to Murderbot. And yeah. I recall being in high school and, the prom had come around and everyone was like, oh, Jimmy, do you want to go to the prom? And me personally, I didn't want to go to the prom. And then, with the overwhelming peer pressure of people saying, hey, you want to go? I thought, okay, maybe it's a good idea that I ask someone to go. And very similar to Murderbot, you have your failures and you have your successes. And I asked, no joke, 10 people, and they all rejected me very coldly.
Oh, that's tough.
So,
but I mean, the lesson there was like you were being forced to conform into something that you actually initially never wanted to participate in.
Exactly. And then in turn, as an adult, I was just like, why do I have to change for anyone else? If they want to know me or get to know me better, then they have to accept me for me.
Yeah. And then what would have been really cool in that moment, it's almost like the universe reminding you, going, you're going to hear no's because you don't want it.
Exactly.
This isn't your path to walk. And what needs to be accepted, is, we're all doing this. I don't want to. Well, you have to. No, like we get to be like, and I think we see that like the sign of respect to Murderbot is not trying to change Murderbot, is not trying to say, this is who you need to be. This is what you should be doing. And you see more and more people really accepting him, and it's making allowances for it. Like when it gets up in the middle of a conversation because it's too overwhelmed and doesn't want to participate in that conversation anymore. It's not like, oh, that's so weird. It's like, yep, they're done. Great. Let's move on. Pai Lang also says, good on you, Jimmy. I asked no one. And the fact that you asked 10 and you kept asking even though you got no's, that's huge. Like that's actually a pretty big win when you think about it. Because some people, I mean, Pai Lang's saying like the fear of failure or the fear of rejection, you'd rather not do it because you'd rather just not know. You got a no and you didn't stop. Well, I tried and there's the answer. Like, why did I bother trying? You kept going. You kept trying. Like,
this is why I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm used to failure. So I have to keep doing it until I succeed. That's just me.
Yeah. And I think that that's a quality that's incredible. Like, yeah. So thank you for sharing that. And I think it's, and I mean, Pai Lang, you learned from that as well. You stayed safe. You stayed true to sort of you. But there is also the, well, what if? And entertaining that what if, what did I miss out on? What it could have been. It could have been worse. It could have been better. We don't know. So it's all interesting. Also, I really want to notify the fact that, yeah, boy, thank you, TY. First time chat. Says dogs can't operate MRI machines, sorry. I'm going to butcher your joke. Dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can. First thing they said in this chat. You can stay. Chris says, what do you think of the cover art of the books? They're very sci-fi, aren't they? And you still don't really see Murderbot. No face, no telling features, not as much color. Jason M. Ball. Oh, the punishment. Yeah, weigh in the comments. What do you think of the cover art? I don't see it as much because I listen to it more. Tim says, it just me. I'm talking too fast for my mouth. Is it just me or does Murderbot in the armor look like Master Chief? Yes, agree. Lisa says, I went to one of my homecomings and I only stayed for 20 minutes. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to go to prom. My story was my date showed up an hour late and so I missed all of the pre-formal photos with the group and I showed up late because of him and they were just like, screw you ruined all the photos. And so I was just like angry at him. I'm not friends with any of them anymore, don't worry. Alrighty, I think we got to wrap things up. We are over time. Great conversations. Glad we did Murderbot. Oh, the next book we have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. We are going to be doing a giveaway. It's members only. If you've already bought the book because we're reading it in 2 weeks, totally understandable. I'll shoot you I'll give you a month of the membership for free if you do get drawn into the thing. If you want to be a member, head to patreon.com/. Maude's book club. It's $5 a month and you get 2 streams, and I'm going to be doing some stuff that's members only, including book giveaways. B-Rock Vandal says, I'm really enjoying the book so far. Black Belt says, I'm so excited to talk about Tomorrow Times 3 next week. I'm 4 chapters in and I'm hooked. Well, members are actually going to be voting on a little something something. I get to announce it here. We got Gabrielle Zevin. We got the author, and the only date she's available, though, is February 1. So do we want to do the first half of the book next week, wait a week, Q&A with the author, or do we want a little bit more time and take next week off because we did Murderbot this week and do tomorrow back-to-back for those 2 weeks? It's a members poll only. Again, members are the ones making decisions. If you want to be a member, head to the Patreon. You carry weight, you join the shows, you get to ask the author questions, you get access to the doc. And soon we're going to be getting merch as well. But yes, we're getting the author. So that just got confirmed this morning. Fucking excited, thrilled about that. There's so much about Los Angeles in this book over decades. There's about game development. Oh my God. I did stop halfway and then I waited about 4 days and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I listened to the rest of it. And I bought a physical copy. And so now I'm going to read it because I've listened to it. So we'll only be talking about the first half of the book the first time. I will be good about that. But guys, I could not stop. It's a 5-star for me. Like, I love this book. I love it. I love it. Black Belt says book club supremacy in 2023. More times always better. Get good, Maude. More time sounds like good and stuff. Okay, we'll do the poll in the members only chat. What's our members only chat? It's show chat or book of the month or reading, one of those, whatever.
Amanda already posted it under the book of the month chat.
Book of the month.
All 3.
Yeah, because it's talking about tomorrow, the book, that book. That makes a lot of sense. Well done, Tass. Okay, the votes are coming in already. That's really, really great. Please consider being a member. We're going to we've set some goals. We're hoping to get 150 backers by my birthday, March. That's 150, right? And then 200 by June. That's what we're aiming for. Tell your friends about it. We'd love to have you here. We're going to make sure that your money's worth it, good value. Oh, okay, guys, we're having next week off. So if you haven't, you got an extra week to read the first half of tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Vote's just been decided. Well done. We love that. If you just want to talk books, most of the Discord, half the Discord's open to chat about your books. You'll find the announcements there. You'll get to intro yourself to the community. There's role selections. It's a lot of fun. Toaster Poster says, are you going to finish this series in book club or can I listen by myself? We were just tackling the first 4. The rest of the series, it's up to you. So if you want to continue it, absolutely go for it. I'm going to be listening to it as well. Is it currently reading? No, in Goodreads, we talk about how many books you've signed up for to read for the year. I'm doing 90. I'm going to be doing 90 books. Don't worry, I can get humbled straight away. Lisa's doing 200. So fuck me, I guess. No, kidding. I'm excited about doing 90. I think the year before I did about 50. This year, the 2022, I did 82 when I was supposed to do 52. So I felt good about that. How many books are in book club? We're doing 12. We're doing 12. We're doing one a month. We're doing one a month. I'm going to do 8, 9, 80, 90, 8, 90, 90. You're going to do 7 for the year? That sounds good. 7's good. What was that notification for? Oh, I can't see it. There's a blah blah bling noise and I can't see what. I can't.
You got a Patreon.
Did I? Someone joined Patreon?
Yeah.
Who's that? I'm going to find out right now and shout them out. Who just joined Patreon? Oh, we're up to 117. We can get to 150. Who just joined? It's when I get excited, I yell like that. Who just joined? Is this the recent join day. Is it the 10th today? No, it's the 11th.
I think it was someone like Jason Ball or something.
Jason M. Ball, did you do it, you son bish? Jason's in here in the chat. He said something earlier. Yeah, it wasn't showing for me either. Jason, you've got access to the closed channels in the Discord now. And we'll be hopefully, I think I can do that this week. We've got an extra week off, so maybe by the end of this week or mid next week, end of this week so you can get the copy in time. I'll do the raffle. We'll do a raffle to see which of the members only, get into the draw to win one of 3 copies of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. If you are chosen and you've already got the book, I'll give you a free month of the membership and we'll pass it on to the next person. Double it and pass it on. And hopefully we'll get 3 members that don't have the book yet or are listening on the audio like I was and also want a physical copy so that you can parade it in your awesome book club. Also, if you've got photos of your book nook, post it onto our Discord as well. All right, that's everything. Jason, can't wait to chat with you in the Discord. I'm just like stalling to see if there's time for you to connect your Discord and so you can get instantly added. Big shout out to our new mods as well, Ropanda. Lisa is now modding, Fatal Flower. Yay, thank you. It's lovely to have you in. He's been added. Jason, are you there? Jason and Ball? Jason and Ball? Jason and Ball, are you there? Ken, you got a free month. You got a free month while we figure this out. We'll figure out how to do everyone's name in a raffle as well. That's a task problem. Oh, there you go. Jason M. Ball says, yes, but I do not have Discord open. Welcome to the Patreon. You are officially a Maude's Book Club member. The Dead Man's Party did an emote. Well, lovely to have you here. First time chatter. We are calling it though. It was a 2.5 hour stream today.